Hey everyone, I'm News 8 investigative reporter Jeff Derederian, and today we are going to talk about a case that has captivated the state of Connecticut and has really gone beyond Connecticut, making national headlines. It's the unfortunate story of little 11-year-old Jacqueline Torres-Garcia. Her remains were found in New Britain in the beginning of October. There's been a lot of moving pieces with this case, and a lot of people have commented on social media and just said how awful the case is. And we've now got some new information as it relates to new videos, body cam videos that have been released. And joining me today is News 8's Kathryn Hauser, who has been involved with this case and covering it and just knows a lot of the details that surround it, because we here at News 8 have been covering it for so long.
And I think there's just such curiosity as to how did this happen? Who are the people involved? You hear of a mother, of a sister, the aunt of Jacqueline Mimi Torres-Garcia, and also the former boyfriend of the mother too. But you think about impact, right? Parents watching this, wanting to know more, and our job as journalists is that we sort of give the highlights when you see it on broadcast. But this is an opportunity where people who are tuning in can get a deeper dive into the police body camera footage. So exactly what led up to the arrest of these suspects who are facing serious charges in relation to this case, what New Britain police were doing. You've seen the stories, you've all been following this, so this is your opportunity to really pay attention and listen and observe as to what took place leading up to those arrests.
Right, and for people that are joining or watching us, just to give you a little bit of a recap of the story, it was back on October 8th. The remains of little Jacqueline were found outside of a house in New Britain, an abandoned house. Her remains were found in a plastic tote. The medical examiner ruled last week that basically starvation and abuse is how she died. And there's three people that are charged, just to kind of go through it really quick. It's the mom, Carla Garcia, who is the mother of Jacqueline. Also the aunt, as Kathryn just said, Jacqueline Garcia. And then there's the boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, who had fled and was on the run. Police were able to track him down. And so these three people are now charged in connection with the death of Jacqueline. They're charged with a variety of crimes, right? Murder, cruelty, disposal of a body. Each person has different charges, which we'll kind of get into as we go forward. But as Kathryn, sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to mention too, I think what's so intriguing about this case is the charge that both the mother, Carla, is facing and her former boyfriend, Jonathan, is murder with special circumstances. Right. And in our case, when that charge happens, it refers to intentional murder committed, and that comes, if found guilty, with the harshest penalty possible. Right. And that's life in prison without the possibility of release or parole. So that is significant. So when you see those charges against folks, I mean, this is a serious crime.
Yeah, and so just so people know, too, the police say that little Jacqueline was starved for weeks at a time. She was held in a corner in one of the apartments that they lived in, tied up with zip ties, not allowed to go to the bathroom. They had pee pads under her. And if all of these allegations are true, which, again, these are just allegations, nobody's been found guilty yet, but the details are just horrific. And we should warn you, some of the details here are graphic. And before we kind of start to show you some of these videos, which we're going to try and give you, as Kathryn was saying, a real behind-the-scenes look, sort of take you along with us and with investigators, which a lot of this video you'll see, some of it has been edited just for time purposes, but a lot of it is raw video, which Kathryn said on Channel 8, on News 8, we just don't have the time to show all of this. But in this setting, in the digital extra here at WTNH.com, we are able to do that. So Juliana, our producer, we're going to show you the first video. This is from October 12th, when Carla Garcia and her sister Jacqueline, they're taken into custody, but police are looking for Jonathan Nanita. Again, he's the boyfriend of Carla, who is the mother of Jacqueline. A little bit hard to kind of keep track of. You need a scorecard maybe with all the names, but this is the first video now we're going to show you. We go inside their apartment as police and detectives look to take the two women into custody, and they're still searching for Jonathan, the boyfriend. They had not found him yet. Juliana, let's go ahead and roll that.
They came and got the dogs? All right, so he's not here at all? We can check, right?
Is Jacqueline here? Your sister's here? Where is she? Okay.
Jonathan, are you in here? Is he in
Jonathan, come out.
He's not in here? Is he in here?
No, we haven't seen him.
Okay. How you doing, Jacqueline?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, wait. Same person.
It's me, yeah.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Why?
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
For what? Car.
We'll explain to you. We'll explain that
Can
in
you
a
grab
second.
my phone?
Yeah, we can grab your phone for you.
It's in the room.
Here.
No, not that one.
I appreciate you being cooperative, okay? Let me
I'm just wondering.
I'll explain everything. Good? You comfortable here? Whoops. Is that okay for right now? You got anything on you?
No.
No?
But can you please just grab my phone?
Yeah, where is it?
It's
That's
in
right.
the room.
Which one's that?
This one.
So here, Kathryn, we can just, we'll talk over this a little bit. So detectives now are sort of making their way through the apartment, and they've now told the aunt that she's under arrest. So just listen in here really quick.
Yeah, that one.
Carla's here too, the mother.
Thank you.
I think also important to note is you hear the aunt when she's put in handcuffs, she asks why, for what?
Right.
And then asks a little more, but then gets quiet in that moment, and then she is seated, and you see Carla, the mother, she also has handcuffs.
Right. So they're now both being placed under arrest. Again, the aunt is sitting there, and Carla has just been put in handcuffs.
Dogs?
Yeah.
She cleaned that night?
Hell yeah, she was.
Did she bring it back to the
Yeah, she did.
she brought the puppies back?
Yeah.
All right. You got shoes on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they're making sure that, again, these women have shoes on. If you look a little bit to the left, Kathryn, right, you can see that Carla, the mom, they're getting a sweatshirt for her. Might have been a little bit cold that night.
Yeah, where is it at?
Again, detectives looking for things, possible evidence collection.
I mean, and there's a number of officers, as you can see in the background during this arrest. If I just count, you see at least 6 to 7 officers in their apartment at the time.
Jacqueline,
you can
where
see
would
some
it be?
kids bedding, you see their beds, and you
Well,
get
it's
an
not in here
inside
other than the
look
closet.
into their home.
Right.
Sweatshirt.
I have some in my. Oh wait, check if it's on my sister's pillow.
On
And
the
so
pillow?
the dates, just so everybody can kind of keep track, this is October 12th. Jacqueline's remains were
No,
found
it's not here.
October 8th in New Britain. So here they are in one of the bedrooms. Again, body cam. This is
I
all
just give you this
official
red one?
body cam video.
Is this all right? No. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? Now you're being picky.
No, I'm kidding. Just put it over me.
What do you want to like put it over your
Yeah,
head?
put it over my head. I don't want nobody to see.
I don't want anybody to see me. That's what she just said. So again, the officers from this videotape, right, Kathryn, very accommodating, trying to make sure that they're warm. And, again, they're filming all of this. This is all actual body cam. If you look to the right, you can see the time code going on. This is as it's happening. Again, we're taking you inside the arrest of the two women.
Interestingly, the mother, Carla, you don't see her say much in these interactions. You see the aunt speaking with officers
Yeah, we'll adjust them
more.
when we get up there. You're going to go into a warm car anyway. So, we got heat in the car.
And they're talking through the logistics of getting them to the car at this point.
Right. So what's happening here is they're getting ready to, as Kathryn's saying, bring them downstairs, put them in separate cruisers, bring them to the police station for processing, fingerprinting, etc.
I'm going to hold your arm walking down.
They still haven't said exactly why they're being arrested, what the charges are.
Yeah, because I don't want you to go. You got nothing.
Yeah, they are being let out
Yeah,
now.
just go slow when we get to the stairs.
Go slow.
Can I knock on my neighbor's door real quick?
And this is what happens when somebody's taken into custody. This is obviously details are different in every case, but this is what happens. There's a large police presence here, detectives and also uniformed officers, and they appear to be cooperating. So there's no issue with restraints or use of force or anything like that. It's not necessary, but these officers are ready if that if that were to happen. Believe me,
And it
they
is
are ready.
interesting too. These two women, these sisters, as they're being brought to these police cruisers. This is a much different interaction, and you're going to find out this later than what police had when they arrested the boyfriend, Jonathan Anita.
Right. Very good point. Much different sort of scenario.
But you don't hear. I mean, you heard Jacqueline say
transporting them, or
why,
they're
what
gonna do the
for,
whole
but you
thing?
do not hear that out of
Jacqueline, go ahead.
The mom.
Carla's mouth.
Right. And we also have some video that we'll show a little bit later
I'll
of
give you
Carla,
more room,
the
all right?
mom, Carla Garcia, when she's at the police station, and she had not been placed under arrest. It was earlier in October. It was actually the day when they had found the remains of Jacqueline. And you'll be interested to hear what she has to say once we get to that. So there you go. That's that video there, Kathryn. They're looking for Nanita, the boyfriend. They haven't found him yet. It's sort of a manhunt going on. They go to this apartment. Carla's there, the mother, Garcia. Jacqueline, the aunt. They're taken into custody. They're not really told exactly what the charges are or what the circumstances are. They cooperate from everything we've seen. But again, that's just raw video that we've obtained from the body cam of this case. And next, we will show you the arrest of Jonathan Nanita when he is confronted by police and what happens. We'll tell you about that in just a minute. This is a digital extra on WTNH.com. Kathryn Hauser's with me. I'm Jeff Derederian. We'll be right back. Hey there, guys. We're back with our digital extra. We're covering the case of Jacqueline Torres-Garcia, the 11-year-old girl whose remains were found in a plastic bin. Kathryn Hauser's joining me. There's a lot of interest in this case.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that there has been so much public interest, and when that happens, I think it's our job as journalists to give you all of the information that we're getting in real time too, and you can also observe and see exactly how these arrests are happening. You can also speak to what are the suspects doing? What are they saying? What is their body language? What is their interaction with police as well? With the boyfriend, and you hinted at this at the start of the show, was that there was a search that was happening because investigators could not find him. So in the days after Jacqueline's remains were found, there was this search for him that was happening. And there's a series of events that lead up to his arrest on October the 13th. And I was thinking about this. The case, I mean, this all broke October 8th, and here we are, almost mid-November, and so much has happened in a little bit of time. All three of these suspects are going to be in court later this week.
Again, this is video that's, in essence, unedited. We've edited some clips just to be fully transparent because of timing, but this is video that's just running for minutes and minutes at a time. But let me stop talking, and let's go to October 13th. This is when police were able to arrest Jonathan Anita in connection with the murder of little Mimi Garcia. Juliana, let's go ahead and show people this video.
Oh, give me your hands! Get him! Oh, I'm dead! I'm dying! Oh! Got a gun? Oh! Got his hand, got his hand. Get your hands! Give me your hands! Give us your hands! Hold on, hold on.
Okay, he's got it. Hold on.
We got one leg stuck.
Okay.
My
You
hands!
got cuffs? You
My
got cuffs?
face!
Hold on. Hold on.
My face!
Pull him out. Pull him
My
out.
face!
Hold on.
Put him in cuffs. Put him in cuffs first.
My face!
I know.
My face!
Don't fight.
My face! I can't feel my face. I'm bleeding.
Hold on.
What's your name?
Jonathan
Jonathan what?
Nanita.
No, it's not. What is it?
Jonathan Anita. It's Jonathan Anita, I swear. Ah!
Want to pull him out?
Ah!
Pull him out. Hey, drag him to you.
Ah!
Drag him to you.
Ah! Ah!
One.
Ah!
Roll to me. Sit up.
Ah!
Yeah, I'll call dispatch right now.
Ah!
Just use that.
Ah!
So just for a little context here, Nanita resisted arrest when they tried to apprehend him. So he was apparently on the ground and may have gotten some scratches or some bruising or something on his face. Later, they call for medical attention to make sure that he's okay. But clearly here you can see this is how the arrest was made. And we listen in here. He says he was going to turn himself in.
Dude, y'all beat me up.
I didn't beat you up.
Yes, I did, bro.
Listen, bro, you'll get checked out. Don't you worry about it.
Come on, bro. Y'all didn't have to do that, though. I was gonna turn myself in. Y'all didn't have to do that.
Turn yourself in.
You guys didn't have to do any of that.
Wait for that.
Should turn yourself in a while
I
ago.
was gonna say I was. You guys didn't have to do any of that, man. I didn't even do that to that girl, bro. I didn't. I'm over here trying to clear my name.
You'll have your time to talk, buddy.
That was a big interaction and moment between police and Donathan Nanita, and his arrest followed earlier in the day. There was an incident at Big Sky Gym in New Britain. Police apprehended some of his friends, according to the warrant, in a stolen Hyundai Palisade. And according to that warrant, they appeared to be breaking into parked cars, and then there was news of a connection to Nanita and that he was spotted in Waterbury, and they had a vehicle description. So this is what you're watching, is that interaction taking place in Waterbury.
Right.
Yeah, it's your time.
Today's your time.
Yeah, I think it's 9:21. Now you can turn yourself in.
So there you hear the officer say, now it's today's the day you can turn yourself in. Nanita telling cops a minute ago that he was going to turn himself in. He apparently did not do that, but now said he was going to turn himself in.
Two of our cars.
Cool.
Oh, you took off from us earlier.
I didn't smash on that. I left.
If you were going to turn yourself in, why didn't you stop in New Britain?
Stop right when you guys came.
No,
In New Britain, in Big Sky.
You almost hit 5 people.
When you guys came,
Yeah, when we came.
When you drove off in New Britain.
I drove off. I didn't hit.
Why didn't you stop and turn yourself in then?
Calling on you, people driving out of the way and
You're already right in New Britain. I got him, Barry.
Can we throw him in a
I
car?
didn't do that, man. I'm innocent.
They don't have it. Oh, you got
Yeah,
it.
we got.
My head hurts, man. I didn't have to do any of that.
We'll get you medical.
It is interesting hearing how he said he was going to turn himself in, yet there's ultimately this pursuit that happens.
Right. And it was, and he resisted when they did. It's important to point out where you had mentioned that the arrest of Carla Garcia and Jacqueline Garcia, the mother and the aunt, in the apartment that we showed just a couple of minutes ago, that was without incident. There were no issues. There was no scuffle. There was no on the ground. But he's hiding under the car. He's trying to, clearly was trying to get away from them. And they did have a medic come and check him out. And so, he's charged with murder and improper disposal of a body, and other charges as well. He's the mother, Carla, and Nanita. They are both facing the murder charge, as you know.
That's right. And I think as so many people have wanted to know more about this case, they've wanted to see these folks who are facing these charges. This is your window into police interaction with them. And as reporters, we get the opportunity where we can get this information, these records. We have to sift through them. You yourself have been through so many different pages of documents.
Right.
And when you're putting them, on TV and reporting them, we can't really show all of them. We can show portions of it. So
Correct.
this is a unique opportunity for folks to get a real window, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, this is how an arrest happens. This is actual body cam footage. If you look there, you can see the time code and the date and the timestamp. This is the actual video from the detectives and from the officers. And there's close to 24 of them that we've reviewed. I reviewed and watched every one of them. Like Kathryn, as she does her stories, we take the time and do it. And again, we can't put all of it on TV just because of timing. But in this setting, in the digital extra setting here at WTNH.com, you can kind of see this again. We're taking you along for the ride here as investigators make this arrest. And this was October 13th. Again, just a quick recap. October 8th, little Jacqueline's remains were found outside of that house in New Britain. And police, detectives, undercover cops, they're doing their work as days go on. Sometimes people will come up to me and be like, well, why does it take so long? Why didn't they arrest him quicker? And, listen, I'm not here to speak for the police, but they basically, are putting things together, right? Following leads, chasing things down, and these things, take time. It's not like watching SVU where in 60 minutes it gets all solved, right? So I think that's important to point out. So here we see he's now being processed, right, Kathryn? He's being, he's going to be put in the back of a car and taken to the police station, and again processed, fingerprinted as well. And he has not, he said that he had nothing to do. I'm paraphrasing, nothing to do with what happened to that little girl.
Yeah, he does. He says, I'm innocent.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with what happened to her, as you can hear quite clearly in that video. I was thinking, too, back to October 8th when this case first broke. It all started because of a 911 call. Somebody saw suspicious activity happening outside of that abandoned home on Clark Street. That's a place that you have been to several times, where there was a growing memorial, this outpouring for Mimi, for Jacqueline Torres-Garcia. This case has captured our state. I think for anybody who's a parent, anyone who heard really these graphic details, disturbing details that have been sifted out through these warrants, we've learned that in the weeks leading up to her death, according to the warrant, that Jacqueline was tied up with zip ties, that she was starved, and also the cause of death that we also learned too, and her remains found in a plastic storage bin behind, again, that vacant house that has that growing memorial.
And when we come back, we'll show you video of Carla Garcia at the police station. What does she say? May surprise you. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, I'm News 8 investigative reporter Jeff Derederian. I'm here with News 8's Kathryn Hauser, who you can see every day, obviously, on News 8. And we're talking about the Jacqueline Torres-Garcia case. We've kind of unpacked, we've kind of peeled some of the layers back. So now we're going to show you, we're going to take you to the police station. It's October 8th. It's the day that Mimi's remains were found. Carla Garcia not under arrest. They're just talking to her. But take a listen in terms of what she had to say. Let's roll the tape.
Carla Rosalie Garcia.
Garcia.
Yes.
I just wanted to talk to you quickly because I'm Barcelo. They call me JB.
You've been here for a minute, I know.
I've been here for a minute. You're good. I wasn't out there, so I hear that it was kind of like a hostile situation, and maybe you wanted to get out of there to a safer place. Does that sound right? All right. As of right now, you are not under arrest. We brought you here to get you out of that dangerous situation and bring you somewhere safe.
I'm not safe.
Well, I'm saying right now you are.
But if I leave her, I'm not safe.
Right, I understand what you're saying, but you're not under arrest.
And I don't want to go because I'm not going to be safe.
Okay, you don't have to leave here, but
You want them
I
to
just
kill
want to
me?
make you aware that you're not under arrest.
I know I'm not under arrest
Okay.
because I didn't do nothing,
Exactly,
officer.
okay. I just want to make it
I'm
clear.
being honest
Yeah.
with you.
Okay, thank you.
Because if I did, I would tell you. I really don't care. I'm ready for anything.
We would like to talk to you.
I'm ready to talk.
Okay, good. So just hold on for like 2 seconds, then we're going to get you right out of the box.
But you better go get them.
Okay, you can
Because I'm
get
not...
names, okay, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I will. Because if them come with me with guns again,
Yeah.
I have kids.
Yeah, we'd like you to bring you
Listen, where I dropped my kids off,
Uh-huh.
that's where they went.
Okay.
If something happens to my kids, I'm gonna really have a anxiety attack.
Where's your kids now? At what house?
It's a White Street.
157 Dwight.
Yes,
That's where they all are?
that's the Addy. Because I remember.
I just put it out over the air to have someone go check.
Okay. How many kids are over there?
5.
5 kids?
I have 5 kids.
5 kids. All ages? How's the oldest? Who's the oldest?
12.
12.
The oldest.
Because Nina is 11, I think.
Who's 12?
Jackie.
So it's Jackie, Nina, and then who?
Juliet. Major. Annie.
Annie. How old's Annie?
She turned 9 months today.
Oh, 9 months. So between 9 months and 12 years old are your 5 kids?
Oh, God bless you. I only have 2 and it's a lot. You got a lot going on. I'm going to talk to you, alright?
I'm depressed.
Sorry to hear everything. You got a lot going on. Sorry.
I don't want to have to my kids for I didn't do.
Of course. You ready when you want to
I'll literally die.
She doesn't have her phone on her right now.
Could you find my phone?
Yeah, we'll look for it. Because we want to get you somebody down here for support.
I need to talk to. I need my sister.
What's her name?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline what?
I'm her sponsor.
What's
They everything up.
Your sister lives on Kelsey Street?
No, she lives with me. And
Oh, okay.
No, they everything up.
On Fairview?
What's gonna happen to my sister? She's on parole.
On Dwight?
No, she's not Tremont with me. When I
Was your sister there?
Yes. And they were trying to attack her. You seen it.
Yeah, I got our whole shift out there, okay?
Yeah, the whole shift's out there.
They like literally.
So there you have when Carla Garcia, the mom of Jacqueline, was at the police station October 8th. She's referencing a group of people. She says she's afraid, etc., paraphrasing. And that's when word had started to get out that Mimi, Jacqueline, little Mimi, was missing. And so they were questioning the mother. They were talking to the aunt. She claims that she was afraid and police had to get her out of there. Again, she's not under arrest when you watch this video, but it is interesting. You and I both picked up on it. We're both parents.
Yes.
That she
But
said what?
She brought up Jacqueline in that moment. She says, I have 5 kids. And
Right.
the police officer who's sitting there behind the desk says, you know, what are their ages and who's your oldest? And she says her 12-year-old, and she takes a second and says, Jackie, meaning Jacqueline. I also thought was interesting, and this is more toward the beginning of that video. She says, do you want them to kill me? She asks that of
Right.
the officer, that she obviously has some safety concerns.
Correct.
As you mentioned. And he said, are you ready to talk? And she said, yes, I'm ready for anything.
Right.
Just a very interesting interaction on the 8th. Mimi's remains were found on the 8th. So again, we have those police body camera videos of their arrests. But it's important to note that this interaction happened before she was arrested, like you said. But saying how she is depressed, you also get a window into her relationship with her sister.
Right.
I want my sister.
Right.
That
Who's
she's
the
at
sister now
residence.
who's charged?
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Correct.
So a lot of just fascinating information that came out of what we did today. And again, this is a deeper dive on the Jacqueline Torres-Garcia case. Unfortunately, the time has come for us to end here. But if you want to go back and look at some of the videos, we'll have this online for you at WTNH.com. And then this Friday, all three of the suspects are due back in court, and I will be in the courtroom, and Kathryn will be anchoring, our coverage that day with Dennis and Ann and Darren and the whole crew here. So we'll have full updates and full coverage. We'll see what happens this Friday in court. Obviously, a case that is going to go on for a while. So
yeah, we've been watching your reporting. You've been doing a great job
Thanks.
with
Yeah,
it,
everybody.
and we will continue to do so. I think this will give people greater perspective on this case as well.
I think so. Thank you for being with us. I'm Jeff Derederian. She's Kathryn Hauser. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.